Good morning, colleagues. Welcome to Brightech Robotics. Here we learn robotics and computing, and we bring it down to our student level. Today we are going to perform a simple task. End of last semester, I gave my students a practical work, and we are going to solve it. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's look at the question. So, instructions: you are to answer all questions on the question paper. Section C: answer only one question from this section, 20 marks each. So question 1A: you are designing a safety light for a cyclist. You want the Microbit to display a left arrow when tilted left, a right arrow when tilted right, and a large X if the cyclist falls. That is when you shake the Microbit. Write out the logic for this program using if-then statement. I want us to concentrate on the first part, the 1A. Now let's go and look at the logic I used. So this is my if-then statement. So if Microbit is shaking, that is when you shake it or when it falls, then show the X icon or display the X icon. Else, if the Microbit is tilted left, then show the left arrow icon. Else, if the Microbit is tilted right, then show the right arrow icon. Else, if the Microbit or the bicycle is upright and it's not here, it means it is not tilted left nor right, and it is not shaking, so the bike is on a steady going, then you clear the screen, nothing will be showing. So this is my if-then statement or my logic. Now let's go to the site, the Microbit site, where we can code our program and download it onto the Microbit. Then we see how it works. Okay, so I will head on to, I've opened my browser, I will head on to the website. So the site is MakeCode.microbit. So MakeCode.microbit.com. So I will select this one, MakeCode.microbit.com. So let me sign in to my account. So I have finally logged into my Microbit account. So my user ID is here. Okay. So what next? We will go to new project. Then you give your project a name. So let me call my program biker, or you can name it cyclist, depending on how you want to name your project. Then I will click on create. So this is my work. This is what I'm going to do. So to delete, you click, hold and drag it. You click, you hold and you drag, then you clear the screen for next project. So in our introduction to Microbit, I told you here we can code in 3 different ways. We can code in JavaScript, Python, and the blocks. So as beginners, we are going to use the block coding. So I'll select my blocks. Okay, here we are going to use 2 most important things here. That is the input here and the basic. So the inputs and the basic, these are what we are going to use. So we first go to the input. Look for on-shake. So we start with the on-shake first. We drag the on-shake. Then inside the on-shake, we go and look for show icon at the blue side, the basic show icon. So when we come to show icon, we drag it and place it here. Then we look for the X shape, the big X. The big X shape is here. We select this one. Now we are going to do when we tilt them left and right. So we go to our input again. Then we look for tilt left. So input. Then we drag the same on shake. So I place it at my left. Then I click on the shake to change it to tilt left. So when I tilt it left, hotness, I want an arrow to point to the left side. So I will go to show arrow. So I'll go to my basics and look for show arrow. So my show arrow is here. I will click, hold and drag it here. Then I will change this one from north to west. So the arrow will be pointing to my west. Then you pick your on shake. Then you change it from on shake to tilt right. Then your basics, you go and look for show arrow. Then you change it from north to east. So now I have my on shake. That is, the on shake is when the bicycle shakes or falls down. When the bicycle falls down, that is for the on shake. It should display a big X. So now when you leave it like this, you can cause an accident, because assume a bicycle tilted left, then it's now steady. The arrow will still be showing at the left. Or if it goes the right way and it's still now steady and is going forward, the arrow will still be showing like the bicycle wants to move to the right side. So other drivers or bikers may be confused. So there's another thing we have to do, and we have to clear the screen when the bicycle is steady going forward. So to clear the screen, we use the on logo app. So I can duplicate this, drag it, then instead of tilted left, I'll look for logo up. So when the logo is up, going straight forward, then I will clear the screen. So I will go to basics. So let me take off this one, drag it here. Then I'll go to basics. Then I'll look for clear screen. So this one will delete everything when the bicycle is going straight forward. Now if I run it on my Microbit here, now if I point the cursor to this side, it's showing the arrow. If I point it to this side, it's showing the left arrow. Now if I shake it, it's showing the X. Now it's working on the screen. So we need to download this onto the Microbit. Now it is facing up. It's not tilted left, nor right. It's not shaked, so you will not see anything. The screen becomes blank. But if you turn it here, or you shake it, it will come. If you leave it upward, it will clear the screen. Okay, so we are going to copy this or download this onto our Microbit. So I have my Microbit here. So inside the Microbit, I've taken you through these ones before. Okay, so I have my Microbit. This is the processor, the restart button, USB, this attach, this when you press on B, when you press on button A. So I'm going to connect my USB cable, then I will connect this to the laptop. Okay, so by default this is what is running on the Microbit. By default this is what I have on the Microbit. Okay, so I'm going to download the new one onto this Microbit. So by default I have just a tick or mark on the Microbit. Okay, so when I come to this side, there's a download button here. I will click on the download. So it's downloading. It's downloading. So now it means the new one is running on it, but because this one is pointing up, that is why nothing is showing. So if I tilt it left, I believe you can see the left arrow showing. If I take it to the right, I've shaken it, so the X is showing. I've taken it to the right, pointing it to the right. Now the right arrow is showing. If it faces up straight, nothing will be showing. To the left, it will be showing. Upward, nothing will be showing. It means the bike is steady. To this side, it will be showing. When I shake it, X will be showing. It means the bike has fallen. When it points upward, nothing will be showing. Okay guys, thank you for watching.